Okay, time to wrap it up for November the 19th, 2014. What a day we've had today. Markets all over the place, but generally speaking, pretty much played by our script. Okay, this morning we came in, the trade was to sell, failure to take out 50 to 53. It's still the trade. We had a buy at 45, which kicked in right here. Made a little off of it, then the market sold, eventually getting down to 38. We had a buy in the 35, 37 starting out. As we were talking, as these trades developed right here, we talked in terms of 40 to 42. So, beautiful sell here off the top on a retest failure. Would have been short in the 47 area. Nice winning trade here. Sell. Software told you to sell it. Had a square and a diamond on it, so you're short. This time in the 44 area. Nice trade. Market comes up in this area. And this trade right here, based on our setup, would have been a loser. Been stopped out on it. This trade right in here, or taking out that bar's low, wherever you decided to get short. This is a good trade right here. Eventually produces a winner. This is the first buy that kicks in that has everything going for it, not sticking your neck out, not trying to catch a V bottom. And it was a good winner, and we talked about the Fed wouldn't say anything to upset the current stock market strength. And if you had to take a trade into news, the long side would be the way to trade it, and that pretty much happened. And we failed to get through our 50-53 once again, setting up a great trade off of this. So definitely a winner. I mean a loser over here, but the rest of the trades pretty much worked according to script. And it's pretty nice when you have a day like that where not everything goes your way. I mean, it's not perfect, but these setups work. They're tried, they're proven, they've been around for a long time. They're based on phenomena and dynamics that the professional traders can't game. Retest failure trades are taken in bracketed markets, and when the market is trending, our B's and our S's give you pretty good trades. Or have the potential to trade, let's put it that way. Okay, looking at the E-mini. Again, quick look at the F4 screen. Right here, every time the contract makes a new high, we tend to pause it. The FOMC announcement was just about as nebulous as it could make it. We're a little concerned about economic softness. Don't know when we can raise interest rates, if or and by how much. But we think the United States economy, after they absorb the weakness of the European economy and the rest of the world, will do just fine. So they're not going to say anything that hurts the stock market. So again, maybe another day of selling tomorrow. It's hard to say, but every time we make new highs, we seem to get a 1 or 2 day pause. So this market long term is still pointed higher. You cannot get around that. And you can get short at good trades, but you just can't get married to them. Okay, we have an inside day so far today. We haven't broken it out. This typically yields a trading range the next day. So F1 capital flow chart says trading range. The F2 screen, kind of a D shape. I mean, if you come in and just take a look at it, you know, we've got the mode, the mean, balance points kind of right in here. We do have rejection over the top so far, and down below we have a kind of a nice tail. So it's pretty square. Inside the congestion area right here, you can see that it's leaning P. So if you had to make a trade at the market, it would still be from the long side. Okay, tomorrow we have news. We've got jobless claims, which will be the #1 focus, 285. It's kind of their default number now. CPI, minus a tenth. PPI came in above this, but CPI is a lags. Core plus a tenth. In the Fed world, there is no inflation. Even in the FOMC minutes, there's no inflation. Below their estimates. Existing home sales, and really we've talked about this since 2008. What the Fed and the world central banks are fighting is deflation. They don't want to see hundreds and thousands of loans called. Existing home sales 5.17, Philly Fed. And this one can come in higher than forecast, like the Empire at 18.3. The Philly Fed and the Empire don't have to trade together, but usually they do. LEI at 0.6. No one pays any attention to LEI anymore because of the interest rate components, but that would be positive for growth. It always comes in 0.4, 0.6. And then natural gas inventories, my guess is it'll be in the 92, 93 BCF. No one will pay any attention to that, natural gas traders, and there's a lot of opportunity in natural gas and crude, as we well know. Okay, crude's numbers today came in minus 2.6. It was a negative number, but that didn't take crude to its lows. So, number one focus tomorrow will be jobless claims. Number two will be Philly Fed. Number three will be existing home sales. And that'll be it. Right now, we're in the same situation. We're going to sell failure to take out to 54. And we're going to jump to 59.61. On the buy side, last rotate stopped at 43. Then we had 41. So we'll give it a little bit of room. We may have to pay up 40, 45 plus or minus. A lot of it depends on where we close. We're assuming a close at 47. So bottom of value puts us in this 40, 42 area. That's a good place to get started. We'll leave a question mark at 45. If we make new highs today and close it strong, the buy is going to move up into the 48 to 50 area. And then our 35, 37. But if the news is pretty close to expectations, I'm guessing a sideways day tomorrow. Okay, on to the note. The wording of the FOMC minutes were nebulous enough and had enough weak language in them, weak economic language that, while we are pointed down, again, I don't think the bottom falls out of this market. So I kind of like our buy area where it is right now, 5 to 9, for the overnight especially. And then 29 to 01. Now, if this were going to be the day session tomorrow, and we're into coming tomorrow, I'd probably, given this B pattern, not be too interested in engaging the market till we got down to 26 even. On the sell side, last rotate up an M period stopped at 13.5. We have an L period high at 17, so selling failure to take out 14 to 18. And I think if we get through 18, we'll head higher. So then we'll make it 23, 27. I really kind of see a sideways market in the overnight session given tomorrow's news. Not a lot of noise out internationally. I think that the easy gains by ISIS are behind us. I mean, they're quietly building strength. To show you how bold they were, they had a picture of about 6 individuals that were standing behind the those poor Syrians that were going to get their heads sawed off, and they everybody took their picture. They had Belgian, a Frenchman, a couple others right there, an ex-Kurdish. Right? I mean, so they're still building, trying to build their forces. But again, the worst place in the world to fight a war is in the desert, because if the other side has sophisticated weaponry and can see you, then it's pretty hard to do. So they're having a very, very difficult time logistically. And there have been some pretty big inroads made in their command and control, at least with people wounded, and rumors of top dogs being killed. The ideology will keep lots of people lined up to take over for the fallen leaders. So you won't get rid of them easily. But once again, it becomes problematic. If you don't get people to, in a ragtag army, if you don't get people to throw down their weapons and surrender easily, then it becomes more difficult for them over the time, as we've seen in Syria. Okay, we're going to self-failure to take out 10 to 15 in the 30-year, and then the second sell zone will jump up at 23, 27. On the buy side, 29 to 1, and then 21 to 25. Again, I think we could be a little bit lower, but I don't think we'll break. Famous last words. And to engage this, be pretty active in the sell zone in our self-failure, and looking to buy B2 as opposed to buy 1. On to gold. Gold was all over today. The Swiss referendum and polls on that referendum will be with us until November the 30th, and we can't forget that. All over the map. So the market rallied off the early in the session. The news hits the session, takes us down in D period, then they start thinking about, can they really do it? Excuse me. And gets down to 75. Then it comes, really, it retraced the entire day's range, got all the way back to 98. It was up A period, G period, and K period. It hit the 98 level, and we're back down. Very, very difficult for the lawmakers to do, even if it is voted in by the Swiss public, to all of a sudden come up over 5 years and make 20% of their currency backed by gold. Now, as recently as 2004, 2007, the Swiss gold reserves compared to currency was 30%. It's about 7% right now. So it's not impossible, but it's a big job, and they definitely would have to pay up to get gold into it. So here we are at 82. This rotate stopped at 85, 87. We got a very, very clean break up here at 91. So we'll make 88, 90, sell 1, and 95, 98, sell 2. The buy side, we're going to give it some room, so 75, 77, buy 1. This last rotated over here came out of a 70 area, so 70, 72 for buy 2. Looking at crude, again, I think it's hard for me to see them really changing a lot in crude. it's a 75 plus, probably a 74 minus market right now. We've rejected prices below 74.40. Got a period down here, D period low at 74, so we'll make 74, 74.25, buy one where we had it today. And buy two will be 50 to 75. So I'm looking for support at 73.50, 75. On the sell side, I think we're right where we were this morning. We're at 50, so this 74.75, sell one, and a quarter, 50 for sell two. I mean, that's where support and resistance is, and we'll see how she plays out. I do like the short side of this contract better than the long side because there's more supply, and somebody's got to cut production, and no one appears to be willing to do that yet. The only one that ever cuts production to support the price of oil is Saudi Arabia, sometimes Kuwait. They work together pretty closely, but when you get past those two players, it's pretty hard to find anybody else that isn't going to try to whine and cry and do everything to make sure that they don't have to ship less barrels so they can maximize their revenues. Life is cash flow. Okay, here's the euro, kind of all over the map. Once again, FOMC minutes hit here. Our economy might be impacted by the soft economy in Europe, but probably not too much. Lower energy costs, etc., will help overcome the higher dollar. I mean, they're just, the Fed's trying to say as little as possible to keep the markets as high. So 26, again, we're back to our 25.50. You can see that this market has spent very little time above 75. And the last rotate up here stopped at 63. K period high of 73, so 60 to 70, sell one. And 90 to 126 even, sell two. On the buy side, the low is in our 25 area, so 15 to 25, buy one. And then 25 even, buy two. Hey, we had another great day of trading, and glad that everybody that is new to us is enjoying the ride so far. We're doing pretty good. I'm here to answer any and all of your questions when I can. And I will see you all bright and early in the morning. We're on one thermometer here. We're up to 45 degrees. Happy days. Y'all have a great evening. I'll see you bright and early in the morning.